In this video, let's review the Holy Scriptures of the Old Testament, Hebrew and English. And this is the size of it, hardcover, all black. This is the thickness. And this looks like the back, but this is actually the front. And I'm going to show you why. So this looks like it will be the front according to us over here in America, the western side of the world as they call it. And it has Old Testament, Hebrew, and English on the back, or on the binding. So this is the side that we would normally open it from left to right, but some of you know when you're dealing with Hebrew English Bibles, they read right to left. So this is the end of the book, 2nd Chronicles. And if you want to get to the beginning, you go from right to left. So that's why I was saying what I said earlier, just to get you familiar with it a bit. So here it is. And this one is by the British and Foreign Bible Society. That is important because they have a different Masoretic text to a degree from certain other Masoretic texts or manuscripts, if you want to call it that, if that's even a proper way of saying it. Now, what I've noticed already is the print in Hebrew is good in bold, or good, big, and black. You know, I can see it pretty good. That's decent. But the English is going with the KJV, by the way. So you have here the King James Version and the Masoretic text next to it, or Hebrew, but the English is a bit small. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best or the greatest. And under at the bottom you have some footnotes. I'm not sure if these are variations or what. And over here you have a little footnote at the bottom too. I'm no expert at those yet. Just to get you some more down there. Now to me, I'm no expert, but at least in English there is no cross references. In English this is no study Bible, but I'm just pointing it out there for you. They do things a little bit different here. So when it comes to the chapters in Hebrew, what they do is for every 5 verses, they will do it in Hebrew. So they go Aleph, which is 1 in Hebrew, and then they'll go 2, 3, 4, and then for the 5th one, they'll do the Hebrew letter. 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's supposed to be a 9. That's poor print. And then this will be 10, and they use the Hebrew letter. And that's the pattern they did. I just realized that recently. I didn't even catch that, and I had this book for months. So I wasn't using it that much, though. But now let's get to some stuff that is somewhat important, or may be important to other people who's interested in getting this book. Let's see. So we have something in Isaiah 34. I'm sorry, not 34. 38. 34. Here it is right here. Now, if you haven't seen already, the names are a little bit different. This is Isaiah. But you can see that's probably something you've never seen before, that name. But this is Isaiah, y'all. This is Isaiah. So, in Isaiah 38, verse 14, in the KJV, this is what it says. Like a crane or a swallow, so did I chatter. Let me try to hold this camera steady. So did I chatter, I did mourn as a dove. Mine eyes fail with looking upward. O Lord, I am oppressed. Undertake for me. The reason I highlighted the Lord is because in the text here, this is verse 14. I highlighted the word for Lord there, which is Yahuwah, Yahweh, Yahowyada, depending on what type of Hebrew sound system you're going by in language. But that's the word, right? Now that would be a perfect translation. Only it is not the same in every Masoretic text. So this is the JPS Hebrew English Tanakh. This is Isaiah, and I'm at 38. And here's 14. I had to make sure I'm correct on that. So I highlighted the main part, if this is 14. Wait a minute. It should be. It don't look right. Let's see. Let me read it. I cried until morning, only if daybreak. Da, 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 da. I fight like a. Yeah, this is it. I moan like a dove. As my eyes, all worn, look to heaven, my Lord. I am in straits. Be my surety. Yeah. So that my Lord is different than the other Lord or Lord. It's capital L, lowercase O-R-D. And in the Hebrew over here, you can see that it's not Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yahweh, however you would like to say it in Hebrew. That's Adonai or Adonai. Can you see it good? All right. And that's 14. So we have two different, we have a variation here in Isaiah 38:14 in the Masoretic Text. And this is due to different texts of the Masoretic Text. If I can properly say this, different manuscripts of the Masoretic Text. And people don't know this. So this is why I got this book, because it has a different Masoretic text than this one. This one, the JPS, is based on the Leningrad Codex. This one, I'm not sure. I've been tracking that down, but I don't want to say anything that could be wrong, so I'm not even going to say what I think. So I'm going to leave that alone. Now, when you get to Ezekiel, I had a bookmark. Ezekiel is different. I'm going to show you why. Ezekiel 21. Ezekiel 21 over here. In English, it ends at verse 44. And actually, in the Hebrew, it ends at 44. And this is where 21 begins. But the problem is, in English, it didn't end. In English, it kept going all the way to 49. So in the Hebrew, I had to fix it. I had to write over here on the side, verse 45 equals verse 1 in chapter 21, and keep it going on down and over here, because when I was looking for something, it was a variation of Lord again in this chapter, verse 14, which equals verse 9 in the Hebrew, if I'm correct about that. That's where the variation occurred, again, for Lord in Hebrew. But for me looking for this, I was like, wait a minute, something ain't right. Because it's supposed to be verse 9, but it was verse 14 in Hebrew. So I'm like, okay, I must have said it backwards earlier, y'all. So 14 equals 9, according to how they did it. They didn't cut the chapter off the same. The KJV cut it off 5 verses late, and then they did chapter 21. So yeah, it was weird. I had to figure out what was going on, but I wrote that down in here. So if you get a Bible like this, just know Ezekiel is a little bit off. It's 5 verses off in chapter 21. So heads up. Now, just to show you that that is truly the case, this is Ezekiel 21 in the JPS, and they ended chapter 20 at verse 44 for their English and Hebrew. As you can see, I'm going to show you that that's English 44, and then I'm going to go over to the Hebrew. You can see 44, and they cut both of them equally, and then they picked it up equally. So we don't have that problem with the JPS Hebrew English Tanakh, but we had a little issue over here in the Holy Scriptures of the Old Testament Hebrew and English. That was one of the things. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. So this is not a study Bible to my knowledge, but if you want to read the King James Version and see what the actual Hebrew said, this might be good for some of you, because a lot of people stuck on the King James Version. So for King James onlys or anybody who values the King James Version, this might be good for you. And for people who don't trust what they're reading in the King James Version, here you go. Now, this is Psalm 145. You only have 21 verses. They did not add the missing verse back into Psalm 145. So you're not going to get that in this one, just to point that out. You don't have it in the JPS Hebrew English Tanakh either. So maybe one day you can look that verse up online. What the heck is this? Oh, okay, I was like, what? I'm not familiar with this word. That threw me off. So I don't think it's anything else about this book. There's no maps in the back. There's no anything. It's just blank. So they just pretty much gave you the Bible, some footnotes. They told you where it was printed in Korea, which is unique, but that's it. And this book, it used to be about $10 online, but they went up now. It's about 20 something last time I checked, or for one similar to this, or maybe the exact same one. But that's all for the review, y'all. I just wanted to review this book. Excuse me. And if you want the exact same one that I have, try this ISBN number if you can't find it. 978. I know the number's appealing, but look directly below it. It's the same thing. 978 056 4395. And I'll put a link in the description of the video, most high willing, and you can just click the link and check it out. And there it is, y'all, the Holy Scriptures of the Old Testament, Hebrew and English. And it's the King James Version with a version or text or manuscript of the Masoretic Text from the British Foreign or the British and Foreign Bible Society, something like that. I think it's, let's see, what is it? The British and Foreign Bible Society. There it is. Okay, got it. All right, y'all. Peace be to the saints.